Hey everybody, MarikoOkuri here, bringing you another episode of Let's Play Megaman X Command Mission. This episode is going to be a little bit different. This is actually not me, or as in, this is me, but this commentary is not actually from the video. I'm actually doing this post-commentary. The reason for that is that my microphone for some reason was not recording during the stream. Or, I mean, not the stream, the recording session. So, I have no commentary for this episode or this gameplay footage. So, I decided I'm gonna have to do some post-commentary and try to find something entertaining to talk about. Because I usually have something, at least in mind, or something that I want to discuss about in the video. But, in this case, I really don't have anything in terms of idea of what to talk about, so bear in mind that I'm literally doing this without any idea of what to say, so I'm gonna try my best to make it interesting. What's going on, right? So, well, first let me try to do a synopsis of, or at least like a, what do you call, a summary of what I did in this video. We are basically about to head into the next area of this I forget what this was, a laboratory? I think it was a laboratory. And I was just editing the music for the audio because I did find a way to get the audio from my television to get plugged into my headphones. I have this adapter that I use for this line in, or like the audio component cables to a line in jack, and using it with my Bluetooth headphones that has a line in or has a opening, an auxiliary cable opening, basically. So I'm able to listen to the audio from the television or the game without being interrupted, or as in, like, it doesn't show up on the microphone. That's what my main goal was. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that I'm trying to find a way to get the audio from the television to not end up in my microphone. So I was able to go to Radio Shack and get this adapter that turns those component audio cables into a line-in port, or I don't know the technical terms for all these wires. Excuse me. But yeah, I was able to find those, and I was able to get the audio into my headphones. The thing is that I never realized how loud this game plays normally, or at least like the volume this game has at default when you're not adjusting like your television audio or recording audio or whatever. It's really loud, like loud enough that it was actually still able to be picked up on my microphone because I had to be close to the microphone in order to like talk, and with me being close and how loud it was in my headphones, it was still able to pick it up in the microphone, in the recording. So anyways, right here we're facing rush loaders. They are, I think you only face them in two ways. Here, like, as in, like, you interact with them, and the second one, I believe they're in random encounters near the 3rd floor, I believe. Don't quote me on that, though, because I'm not exactly sure. But they have an item drop called the unlock limiter that I was trying to see if I can capture from them in this fight, but unfortunately I was not able to. Since I'm not really building up to anything because I'm not actually recording this. What the unlock limiter does is that it basically maxes out all your stats, or at least not like stats that you have permanently, but as in your stats for the battle, as in whatever max level you can increase them to. We want to get that for a battle that we're going to be getting up to later in this episode. As you can see, that every time you defeat, just like the I forget what they're called, the bat enemies in this game. Every time you defeat one of their allies, they either become stronger or they become more aggressive. In this case, these rush loaders get bigger each time you defeat one of their allies. And they, even though they're bigger, they got bigger right now. If you destroy another one of them, they actually grow to max size, and they're huge and do a lot of damage. Besides that, as you can also see in the video, the borders on the side of the video are not cropped out. When I was editing this video, I was too busy trying to cut off all the unnecessary segments, because there was a lot of them. There was a lot of unnecessary battles and very long clips of me doing nothing or not moving anywhere and such. So I decided to cut that part out and cut those parts out, and there was a lot of cutting, trust me. There was a lot of more, like, if I had to give a percentage, about like 60% more cutting of segments in this video than my usual recordings. And even then, it still ended up as a, if I'm looking at this timeline right, like around 35, oh no, almost more than 35 minutes. That's still a pretty long video. And the thing is that I try to aim for at least 20 to 25 as my max length of videos, but it's kind of hard to do that, or at least I get a lot of stuff done in these RPG games when it comes to trying to cut down or get as much done in them in one recording sitting. Because as you can tell, we mostly just get through like 2 floors or 3 rooms of an area in most videos, and that's it. I mean, we're still making good progress. I believe this is like episode... this is the reason why I say another episode of Megaman X Command Mission instead of like what part it is, because at this point I keep forgetting what parts I'm doing. Oh, right here. Right here we got the booster parts. What they do is that they basically make X's boost in the overworld much more stronger. It doesn't really feel that different. The only difference is that, you know, aesthetically, that his boost flames or whatever are much bigger. All it does is that it makes him able to break boulders that you are blocking paths that you couldn't go to before. But now that we have this, we can break those boulders and get to new rooms and new areas. Or I was gonna say new areas. That's what I was trying to figure out. New areas and more items. And one of the items that we need is blocked off by some boulders. But anyways, where was I? Yeah, RPG lanes. This is why I'm thinking of not doing any more RPGs, at least, like, not for episodes. Or at least... I'm thinking of maybe just only doing streams of RPGs. And if maybe in the later future, probably... In the later future, probably, like, more longer length episodes for RPGs. I say longer as in, because I just recently watched Jacksepticeye's Spyro 3 videos, and he has them set to 100 hours, not 100 hours, damn no, an hour each video. And while he's more able to get away with that, not saying that it's a bad thing for him to do, but he's more able to. People are fine with like an hour-long video for Jack, because, you know, he has a much bigger YouTube fan base, as in, like, there's more people that would probably be fine with that than there are people that wouldn't enjoy that. And even then, people probably love Jacksepticeye's videos, or at least just love watching Jacksepticeye. In that case, he's able to just like give a longer. He knows that that game probably takes more than 30 minutes or even 20 to just get through one world or such. So he puts it for an hour, so that way he can get more done in an episode than a regular 20 to 15 minute video. And I feel like when I get a bigger YouTube base, hopefully, but that will probably be in the way far future. I'm barely hitting 180. And even then, I think most of those subscribers that I have they're very old subscribers, but I'm willing to bet that more than at least 25% of my subscribers are probably either dead accounts or just accounts that just subscribed to basically sell stuff or promote themselves. I don't know. I get a lot of emails and followers on other media that are just there for, you know, like, oh, get more subscribers if you do this and such. But not the case. When I get a bigger subscriber base, or as in like a bigger fan base or such, I'll eventually probably do longer videos. But for now, I kind of want to just like stick to doing minimum of 15 to 20 minute videos. At least maximum 25. I don't like the idea of making, because I'm not that good of a Let's Player. Let's be honest. If you're watching me and you say that I'm good, I don't. I'm glad that you think that I'm a good Let's Player, but let's face it, I have a lot of issues I need to like get around when it comes to making these videos, or at least like when I make my videos. For example, I actually thought of one time. I actually thought of making a top 10 video of all the things that I need to improve on, and one that mostly always comes to mind is me constantly saying basically, or just having to say or in between a lot of my dialogue or a lot of my commentary. But yeah, I aim to hopefully get much better at making my videos, and you know, try to make more. The thing is, I have a plan. I have a plan to, or like a, not really a plan, but more like a policy, or not really policy, setup that I want to do as soon as I'm done with Command Mission and Frogger. It basically is just to help like kind of streamline things for me to, when it comes to making videos, as well as the process of making them. It mainly has to involve the rendering, the types of games that I play, and the quality of the videos. And even then, there's going to be some like updated stuff that I like to try out as well. The thing is that I was kind of ambitious when I was thinking of doing Frogger and Command Mission. I really wanted to play Command Mission. I thought, you know, a Megaman RPG game sounds awesome. And when my cousin told me that the thing is that they played, my cousin and his friend played through this game as well, and they said that it's not that long. The only problem is it's not that long for them because they went straight through it, you know, without break, as in like they went through the whole entire game on one sitting, where I'm doing it more of like bit by bit with each episode. And it does and like I said, RPGs are much harder to do Let's Plays on because of how long how much dialogue there is, and how long battles take, depending on the enemies. Not to mention the numerous encounters that you face on the field on your way to your next objective. There's also the problem of grinding, but that I was able to do either off screen, and or there's not really that much of need of grinding in this game.
Enough from you.
Besides that, I'm glad that I'm doing this Let's Play, that's for sure. I really enjoy the story, as well as like how everything works in this game, mechanically wise, as in like how everybody gains experience no matter if they're on the field or not. The ability to create your own items, the transformations and such that you can do. I kind of enjoy this game, I really do, but as making it into a Let's Play video, I kind of regret it a little bit. Not saying that I would take back doing this episode, or not episode, doing this series, as well as, you know, just giving up on the game and just cutting, not playing it anymore. Kind of like what I did with Survival Kids, except eventually I will go back to Survival Kids. It's just it's going to be until like when I feel like actually finishing it up, because I don't know, one playthrough of Survival Kids is fine, but doing multiple playthroughs for just different endings, especially when you, I know they have different save files, but like not knowing exactly where to save before, so that way you can get the other endings, it kind of is... It's kind of annoying to do so. Where this one is just like, you just have to do one trip and you're done. But yeah, I have no problem doing this game. I just felt like it was too quick to actually do this type of game this early, especially given like how often I can actually record here, because I have other people in the house. And the thing is, I do want to get louder in my videos. My voice, it sounds a little bit better when I actually can go full force with, like, you know, just letting my regular voice out instead of, you know, having to lower it down a bit, so that way I don't bother anybody outside of the room. I don't have the benefit of Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, where they have rooms to themselves, as well as rooms that are padded with soundproof foam and such. Or styrofoam, I think it's styrofoam or foam, I forget. But yeah, I don't have that benefit, so I have to keep my recording voice or tone down, so that way I'm not disturbing anybody in the house. Which is why I enjoy it when there's no one in the house, so I can pretty much speak as loud as I could, or I can. And coming up here is another cutscene.
You! Long time no see, X. Shadow, you're gonna pay for betraying us.
Well, X, I suppose you came here hoping to find the Supra Force Medal.
Supra Force Medal? What's that?
You know very well. It's an improved form of Force Metal that the Rebellion Army is studying to help all Reploids achieve their ideal. You government lackeys can't have it!
Achieve their ideal? What is it that the Supra Force Metal does exactly?
There's no need for me to describe the effects. Take me on and see for yourselves!
Alright, so here we're actually about to face off against Shadow, the traitor that started this whole entire mess, or at least like started our whole entire search for Zero. His fight is not that difficult. In fact, he's much easier than Mach Jentra. Trust me. I feel like Mach Jentra and Shadow should have switched places, in at least difficulty-wise. Shadow, the way he works is that he is somewhat powerful. He also has an unlock limiter, which we are gonna steal from him, I believe, in this fight. But yeah, basically whenever he's doing his charge attack right there, you definitely want to just start wailing at him and hope that you can actually knock him out from charging that thing, because that charge shot will attack everyone and it will deal a lot of damage. Besides that, he mainly uses like Ultra Blizzards and a lot of combat attacks, as well as some shot attacks, but most of those attacks, they are strong, but not too strong. You just mainly want to make sure that he doesn't try that that energy charge shot. My recommended team is to have a Cinnamon X and possibly either Marino to get the unlock limiter and Axel. And just to let you know already, I mean, I was fine of like keeping it a secret until like it actually happens, but this is just only the first part of the fight. Right now, it's just only to see if you can at least finish deal enough damage until it starts another cutscene. But yeah, besides that, he's not that tough. It's just only you need to keep yourself keep attacking him as well as keep Cinnamon alive. Because as long as you keep Cinnamon alive and keep using her action trigger, you'll pretty much keep your health relatively high and avoid death very often, because especially if you have Cinnamon's action trigger leveled up to at least 6 hearts, you can pretty much recover as long as like you don't take more. You can pretty much recover almost all the way to max, as long as you're around about less than half of health. Like, as you can see where Cinnamon's icon is, it shows that she's about like halfway on health. After the action trigger, she pretty much gains it all back. Besides that, yeah, the Fragmenting Cannon also does a lot of damage to Marino. But like I said, as long as you keep Cinnamon alive and he doesn't try to attack the same person more than once, you're pretty much fine as long as you just keep wailing at him, and you'll get through this part of the fight pretty quickly. Not really much else I can say about that. I guess I can talk about like what I've been playing lately. That's one of the reasons why I don't, or I end up like kind of disappearing for a while. Besides, you know, besides social life and such, is that there's games I really want to start playing when I get them, and I kind of ignore my videos for a while. I know that sounds bad, but like if you're a gamer, you understand that when you get out of work or out of school, you just want to play video games. And while I am playing video games when I'm doing these episodes, I want to play the new games, or like the games I really want to play. In this case, I've been playing Dead Rising for the Xbox 360 because I promised myself I wouldn't get an Xbox 360 ever, because I don't like Microsoft at all. I don't like them as a company, and I kind of hate the fact that they have the Dead Rising series pretty much exclusively to their console now. Except for Dead Rising 2, but that was only a one-off. But yeah, I got myself an Xbox 360, and I've been playing Dead Rising for the 360. I had it for the Wii, the Chop Till You Drop version, which after playing the Wii version, then going to the Xbox 360 version, dang, you definitely have to avoid zombies more often than you do in the Wii version. The Wii version doesn't have as many zombies, but you were able to, like, you know, take them out pretty easily, and the survivors don't take damage from you, just only the zombies. But in this one, you can damage the survivors, and the zombies they're more than you can deal with. There could be like at least 12 of them in front of you, and you could have a very strong item, but even while you're wailing at them, there's a chance they can still hit you or grab onto you as you're just wailing on them. But anyways, yeah, Dead Rising for the 360. I bought Doom, the original Doom, not the newest one, which I really want to play, or at least is the reason why I want to start getting into the Doom series, because I watched Markiplier's playthrough of Doom 2016. I think that's, or yeah, Doom 2016, and I started playing the original Doom. I did do a live stream of it, but nobody watches those. I am planning to, like, you know, post announcements for live streams on YouTube soon, but like, I feel like it's not the time yet. Besides that, I've also been playing Pokemon Fire Red, because I lost all my Pokemon in Platinum because I lost my original 3DS XL with the game in it, where I transferred all my Pokemon all the way from Fire Red, Emerald, XD, and Coliseum, and also Platinum, and all of them just disappeared because I lost my XL at the hospital, and I had to get a new one. So I pretty much have to start over all the games and remake all my teams again, which I feel kind of sad about that. But in the same way, I can also make a new team and kind of set up like new teams for each game. But yeah, Fire Red. What else? So far, I think that's all the games I'm able to play right now. I know there was a game on the Wii U I was playing lately. Freedom Planet. Oh, there's also... Oh, hold on, there's a cutscene here.
X, surely you can tell. I'm stronger now. All due to the power of Supraforce Metal. I swore allegiance to Epsilon for this!
You sold out your friends for that power? That's some ideal. All you Mavericks care about is power.
How dare you call the great Epsilon a Maverick? X, I had hoped to gain you as an ally, but I hope no longer. I'll take your head. For Epsilon! It all ends here. Ah! You! You're alive?
Huh? Zero! Think you could beat me so easily? Shadow! I've got a big wad of payback just for you. Time for round 2. Let's do it, Maverick!
Yep, Zero has returned. And now we have the Maverick Hunters, the S-rank Maverick Hunters with us again. And the reason, and this is where the unlock limiter comes into play. With combination with Zero's Heat Haze and the unlock limiter, Zero can do. He won't do like extreme damage, but he will do a lot more damage than he would regularly. And with his ultimate weapon, that does a lot. So basically, in this, what I'm just going to be doing throughout this battle is mainly trying to give Zero as many turns as I can for him to use the unlock limiter on him. The thing is that first I tried to at least level up, or at least like increase stats on X and Axel, so that way they can survive longer. And the unlock limiter only works for 3 turns, so his attack, speed, armor, and shield only is maxed out for those 3 turns. So I try to make it so that way Zero has the chance to attack all 3 turns, hopefully. The only thing is that his Heat Haze takes 25 weapon energy every turn, or like every time I use it, and two Heat Hazes take up 50, which obviously that means Zero can only use like at least, I don't know, Heat Haze twice for 2 turns basically. But besides that, it's basically another game of trying to just wail damage onto him as much as possible. And if you remember later, or before, a long time before in this video, we picked up another tank part. We pretty much have now 700% tank energy, so at this point, as long as you were using Cinnamon only for the first part of the fight, you pretty much have like a huge stockpile of sub-tank energy to use during this fight. And if you're willing to do it, since you're not really that far away from the transporter, you can teleport back, refill them at the base, and then come back here and with full tank energy. But yeah, one of the games, and the last game I have been recently playing before I got cut off by the cutscene is AVGN 2, or Angry Video Game Nerd 2 Assimilation. I'm not going to put the emphasis on the subtitle. And I gotta say, it's a really good game. I played the first one, and I was playing this game with my Super Nintendo controller, and oh, God, it was so good. It's much more forgiving than, I mean, it's not saying that the first game was really hard. It's just that with, I don't know, it felt kind of like a lot of the levels felt really long. A lot of enemy placements and death blocks were kind of what prevented me from getting through a lot of levels pretty easily. Or, I'm not asking for levels to be pretty easy, but at least like challenging enough, or that I have to actually focus in order to get through it pretty well. AVGN 2 not only had much better music, had much more levels, had much more better humor. I really enjoyed it, and a lot more control with aiming directions, abilities, and such. I might actually try to do like a quick let's play of it, because I've only been playing the normal mode, and I've been able to get perfects on a lot of levels. Granted, some of the perfects I got after I finished the game, because I picked up all the power-ups that you can find around the game. But still, I feel like I could probably get through the game on a harder difficulty, and I feel like it would be a nice, quick Let's Play that I can do. And it wouldn't take that long as as long as Command Mission or Frogger.
Take it like a man!
But if you haven't had the chance, or at least are waiting for a Steam sale, definitely get that game, even if you haven't played the first one. If you're a fan of the nerd, or at least a fan of platforming games, I definitely recommend AVGN 2 Assimilation. But yeah, at this point, I'm using X's hyper mode to try to finish off Shadow. Best thing to do is just let X charge up until he can get his action trigger high enough, so that way he can do a lot of damage. Pretty much X's hyper mode is a broken ability, as in, like, it damages a lot of bosses, and mini bosses are very tough enemies with his action trigger if it's fully charged up. I didn't charge it up all the way here, but like I think it should be enough to do a lot of damage. And yeah, as you can see, his meter was almost in the orange and did 5,000 damage. So pretty much whenever you have the chance, or at least feel like you're doing enough damage that his meter starts going down pretty much more faster, or at least you make him lose a lot more on his energy meter. Pretty much switch to X, use up his hyper mode, and try to just action trigger him to death. Not to mention he has much more better defense, as you can see from him using his pulverizing cannon. It pretty much did nothing. But yeah, as we've pretty much finished him off here, and much faster actually than this one. I think, yeah, 34 turns. We were able to beat him much faster than most bosses, where it took like at least around like 50 to even, like, I think one was like 80, wasn't it? But yeah, with Shadow defeated, here comes another cutscene. If past me can press the A button. There we go.
Man, am I glad to see you.
You're too soft, X. You always were. It only leads to trouble.
Watch out!
Spider, your arm!
Guess I overdid it, huh? Ow.
Why? I said I didn't need your help.
Yeah, I know. I heard you in the first place. Listen, there really isn't anything complicated about why X decided to make friends with a low-life bounty hunter like me. It's quite simple, really. Just like why I saved you. 'Cause I felt like it, Zero. That's it.
But now what? I guess we gotta go check the lab. Okay, Spider, you stay put with that arm. We'll check on you later.
Wait. Take me to the lab with you. Surely a group of Class S hunters like yourselves can stand to have a little handicap along for the ride. And, like I said, I'm curious about this stinking ideal of theirs.
You've earned my respect, Spider. Let's go. Oh.
So yeah, with that, Zero rejoins our party, and hopefully permanently this time, because throughout this Let's Play, I have been using the the Megaman homepage's walkthrough section, or at least not to cheat, basically, to like, well, I guess you could, it is a little bit of cheating, but like, as in to make sure to see how long and what I'm gonna need to be doing later on in these videos, because that way I'm able to make sure I have enough understanding of how long I need to get through some sections of the game. That way I'm not like stumbling around making the video longer than it has to be. At least as far as I know, I think we're nearing the end of the game, so that's why I'm hoping to get this finished soon, so that way I can get to the next Let's Play, or at least play something different, as well as get that new policy or like setup that I said I was gonna do started. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.